don't know what it is. Can you please explain it?
So you have 5 inference rules. You have modus tollens,
Oh my god.
modus ponens, simplification, a conjunction, and a disjunctive syllogism. You want to make a disjunctive syllogism against me. But here's the issue. You don't have something that you're making a disjunctive syllogism against because you're asking a question, how can I reconcile this and that? But you're not telling me what the this and that is to reconcile. So you're not giving me a model of the incarnation to defend.
I've said in my question 3 times.
You want me to make a model of the incarnation that I will then defend later, correct?
Yeah, because you're a Christian. That's why, bro. You're a Christian. That's what we're here to
So
do.
you want me to make a
look.
DIY? So you want me to make a DIY worldview as an Orthodox Christian that holds to a traditional worldview? Very interesting, guys.
No, you're a Christian. We are debunking the fact that Jesus is
What are you
God.
debunking? What
The
definition
fact
are you
that
debunking?
Jesus, the fact that Jesus is God. We're debunking that. His finite nature.
Under
God
what
is infinite
model?
and he's finite.
Under
God
what
is
rule of
infinite and he's
inference?
finite.
This is crazy.
This is a
What do you mean
logical
under?
contradiction, correct?
What
Under
do you mean
what rule of
under
inference?
what rule of inference?
You're talking about logic and philosophy. What rule of inference is a
We're not
contradictory?
talking about
This is
logic and
common sense. This is
philosophy.
rationale. This is regular
We're not
rationale.
talking about logic and philosophy.
Rationale would be
Nobody was talking about.
empiricism. How would a
You brought
logical disjunction be
Yeah,
empiricism?
You brought a whole no,
gibberish
dude.
for
You're
your
trying to
freaking
use
pagan religion.
syllogisms,
Listen.
P's and Q's to make. We're not doing
Well, are you kidding me?
argumentation here.
Grisaldi, they
We're not
muted you
using
over this? The
We're
rationale?
not,
No,
yo,
Joker,
dude,
Joker,
we're not
respectfully,
doing
Joker,
formal
Joker,
arguments.
Joker,
We're not doing PQ.
Joker,
We're not
respectfully,
doing
you're
Joker,
interrupting
relax,
everything.
relax.
You're
Yeah, Joker, hold
interjecting
on, Joker, hold on,
This guy
Joker,
is
hold on.
such
Okay,
a-
you gotta,
this guy is
Habibi,
such a-
you gotta relax, Habibi.
Yeah, let me ask some
I'll-
reclarification. Let me ask you the same.
I am
reclarification.
relaxed.
I don't wanna mute
I'm
you,
very
Joker.
relaxed. I am very relaxed.
Okay,
I'm just saying
respectfully,
this guy's
Joker. No, Creed of Abraham, respectfully. Can
I
we
am
just get a
so
mute on Joker?
relaxed.
He
This
can't help
guy is
himself.
a
Can we
buffoon,
get a mute on
Holy
Joker? Can we get a mute on Joker? Joker, I appreciate you, but like you're not helping the case because we can't speak. Look.
Okay, so I just want to know. No, you said it's a logical contradiction. I just want to know what rule of inference you're using.
Yeah, I'm not answering your question. Listen, I'm
You're
gonna
not going to answer it?
Yeah, no, because it's not relevant to the point. Listen. I'm gonna ask you some reclarifying questions again. Okay? Was Jesus incarnate? The incarnated Jesus is he
Yes.
finite? Is he finite?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Is the is the divine nature he possesses?
Finite.
Okay, good. Is the divine nature he possesses, is this infinite?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you again. Now that we have these two answers from you,
Yes.
how can the finite incarnate Jesus possess an infinite nature, divine nature? Go ahead.
Can you tell me why that is contradictory? I thought you had a model that you're critiquing into this disjunctive syllogism. I don't understand.
No.
You're asking how can I make no, hold on, Duke. You don't understand the question you're asking. You're asking, okay, now that we've established this, how can you show me a model where these two things coexist? So you're showing me to give you a worldview in which they don't contradict, but you're not showing me how in any of the worldviews that they do contradict. You're not contradicting a specific model.
Is it not self-explanatory? A finite container, some type of finite
Now
container.
you're appealing to something that's self-explanatory? What are you even doing? You're so many logical fallacies in a debate where you're trying to prove that the incarnation is a logical fallacy.
I'm not gonna fall into your mumbo jumbo to prove your little pagan religion. Calm down. Listen.
Okay, you're saying it's logically not the case, but you keep employing logical fallacies to show it's logically not the case. What's the point?
If a finite container
don't appeal to logic if you don't want to accept that you're committing logical fallacies. I don't understand.
A finite subject tries to contain something that's infinite. It's going to be a contradiction because there is nothing. There's not enough. You just can't put the infinite in a finite container. It's the P not P's right there.
In our worldview, God sustains creation. How is the infinite sustaining a finite without infinitely sustaining the finite? I don't understand.
How is that analogous?
How is it analogous that an infinite is interacting with a finite?
Yeah, but bro, the infinite can contain the finite, but the finite cannot contain the infinite, bro.
Exactly.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
So I just want to know what the rule of inference is.
This guy,
bro,
he just wants to
what
talk
do you just want to run and hide behind these
no,
jumbo.
You have 5. You have 5 to choose from. It's so simple. You guys talking about logic, like be consistent. You guys know the term logic.
Look. Is something that is finite opposed to something being infinite? Are these two contradictory properties that cannot
do you think that
infinity cannot be contained in a finite? That's a contradiction. It violates the law of non-contradiction.
Okay. A contradiction is when something is the inverse of the other thing. Can you show me how an infinite is an inverse of a finite?
Are you retarded?
No, it's a negation, bro. What the hell are you talking about, bro?
Contradictions are inverses that are negations. That's why it's a negation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
because it's an inverse. Yes. So can you show me
Right. Uh-huh.
how an infinite
Show
is
you
an
what?
inverse of a finite?
Yeah, bro. It's like, what
What
are
do
you
you mean? Why are
talking
you
about?
laughing? You guys aren't
What
showing
do
Wait,
you
me
wait.
what do
Can
you
you
want? What
guys
do you want me
give
to
me?
show
Wait,
you?
wait.
What do
Can
you want
you
me to show
guys?
you?
Can you demonstrate it? Can you demonstrate it? That's what he's
Can you
asking. Can you
demonstrate?
demonstrate?
I'm saying, can you demonstrate that an infinite is an inverse of a finite rather than just asserting it as an axiom? I want you to show how it is. If you
What do you
guys are
want me
not
to show
willing
you?
to like provide like a syllogism or anything for the burden
Yeah,
of your
how about
claim,
this? How about this? How about this?
then
Can you define? Can you define? Can you define?
I can
Yeah,
simply
no worries.
just say that
No
you
worries.
haven't
No
made
worries.
a claim yet.
Yeah, no worries. You're not. You can just hide behind your mumble jumbles. No worries. Look. Can you define finite?
Wait, aren't you also doing mumble jumble? We're all using linguistics and dialectics here.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
sure,
It's not,
sure.
bro.
No, not the way you're using it. Listen. Can you define
Words
finite
like
real quick?
sure for theatrics don't help anything. Can you
Can
just
you
show me
can you
how infinite
define?
is the inverse of finite?
Yeah. Calm down. Yeah. Can we define finite?
I mean, you can. You're the one making the deduction.
No. I'm gonna take your definition. I'll take your definition. What's your definition of finite?
Wait. So you don't know the definition that you're critiquing? You want me to make it
No.
later?
I want to use
Do you
your
not know how
definition.
debates work?
I want to use your
So you don't
definition.
have a working. You don't have a working
No.
definition.
Yeah, you can keep running. Look, I want to use your definition so that way we can
How
actually
is it
agree on
running? I
common
thought it was
ground.
a formal argument. What's going on?
Yeah, if I agree with your definition, then there's no worries. We can continue the argument.
If
Okay,
you
can you define
agree with
finite?
the definition, then there's no worries.
Yeah.
How about
Can
you
you define
define it?
finite?
You already made the deduction.
No, because
You make the
I don't want
definition.
to. No, I don't want to provide a definition that you're gonna have an issue. I want to
You
take
don't
your
want to
definition.
provide a definition that you were against.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember,
that
you
you are.
made the
Yes.
positive claim. Remember, you
You
made the
may
positive
you
claim
can't
that
make
the
a claim
finite.
and not have a
Because I
definition.
don't understand.
You
Because I want to
cannot
see.
make a
I want to
claim
see.
that
No, I
finite
want
and
to see.
infinite
But wait.
contradict and not have a
No, I want to see.
definition for which they
I want to see.
contradict. This is why I
Yeah.
asked you for a rule of inference.
Sure. Define finite. Can you define finite?
But you're
Dude,
the one that
okay.
made the positive
Listen,
claim. You
listen.
have to define terms.
If you don't wanna define any of your terms, just start a new debate, man. You are so retarded.
Wait, so you're
Holy
just not
shit.
gonna wait, so you're not gonna define finite? You're just gonna run?
No defined
Running
terms.
away.
Doesn't know
Running
about the rule
away.
of inference. How is it running away? Can you define running away since you want to define infinite or finite?
Yeah, it's what you're doing. That's the
That's what I'm
definition.
doing. So what I'm doing right now is drinking a drink. So that's running away. Thank you for making that analogous. Amazing.
Yeah,
Hey,
can you go ahead?
drinking some type of
Alcohol,
Okay.
yes, alcohol.
what
Don't
kind
me
of
to spit it
substance?
out. What kind of substance? Alcohol. What's wrong with
Wait,
it?
hold on.
I don't know.
Again.
Haram, haram.
Are you gonna
Haram,
define the
haram.